Hey guys, Mike here from the introoutrobed.com. This is a simple tutorial to show you how to use Vegas. Yeah, Sony Vegas. They just call it Vegas now. Vegas Pro 17. I need to upgrade to 18. And I get the subscription, so the upgrade is free. But this is a great software to use, of course, for video editing, but also for podcast editing. And believe it or not, I do most of my podcast editing in Vegas Pro. I know it's kind of silly because it's made for video, but I'll show you why. There is a reason. So if you saw my other tutorial on Audition, Adobe Audition, it's very similar. We've got our 3 main files and our music. So we need to choose which music we want to use. So we'll do the same thing as we did last time. And we're going to go with, in the newsletter, I talked about highlights, opening, intro, womp, and timeout fade. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing we did in Audition, but we're going to do it in Sony. So I'm going to grab these 4. I'm just going to drag them over. Now, you see, it puts it on one track. So again, this is track 1. We don't want that. We want the music for sure on a different track. So all I do is I click and I drop. I click here on the blue bar, and I hold, and I just bring it down. Okay? That's all I need to do. All right? So this is going to be this should be our highlights. Yep, highlights right here. In this podcast, I'm going to show you how I edit. Now, we need the music to go in right there. So all I'm doing is sliding over. So let's get this over here. We can zoom in. I'm going to show you how I edit. Yeah, and so the music a little bit loud, right? In this podcast, I'm going to... Oh, by the way, I always recommend you have about half a second to 1 second of empty space in the very beginning. It's always good to do that. In this podcast, I'm going to show... The reason it's good to do that is because some editing software, when you edit like this and then you change it to an MP3 or something like that, sometimes it cuts the beginning. So you want to leave a little bit of space. In this podcast, I'm going to show you how I edit. Yeah, I'm going to bring the volume down, especially right here. Now, in the case of Sony, or Vegas rather, the way to do that is also with anchor points. So what we need to do is expand this out, and you go over here to the volume bar, right? And you right click. And then we go up to insert, and it's insert, remove envelope. I don't even know what that means. It doesn't matter. You click on volume. Shift V is another way you can do it, or just go here. And now you get this bar. See that nice bar there? Now, just like in Audition, all you do is click on the bar. Double click. There you go. Just click. And then a click. Whoops. Click. Oh, it is double click. Double click. And then you can drop the volume. So watch. I'm going to show you how I edit. And then we can even increase the volume. In this podcast, I'm going to show you how I edit. Yeah, even more. I want that boom even louder. That's about as high as I can go. Yeah. Okay. All right, so this is a pretty good point where we want to maybe stop that. Oh, no, we want to go to Let's Go. Yeah. Let's go. Let's Go is right here. Tutorial. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so we want that. Let's crank the volume on Let's Go. But, whoops, stop. Got to double click, keep that anchor, double click here, and now we're going to drop it like that because we want to talk right here. Anchor, and keep the bar straight. So remember in Sony Vegas, or I'm sorry, in Audition, it was easy to go to 0, but right here you see it's like minus 2.7, minus 1.4. There's 0. But believe it or not, it's actually kind of hard sometimes to get to 0. But we'll keep it right here, 1.2. That's fine. But then we want to drop it here. So let's put an anchor there. And we're going to drop it. Okay, let's see it. Let's see how this sounds. Let's go back to the very beginning. In this podcast, I'm going to show you how I edit.
Yeah.
Welcome to an intro, outro, bed. I think I need to go a little bit lower. So I'm just dragging those points. Welcome to... Oh, that may have been too much. Welcome. Maybe I can do that. It'll sound better. Welcome to an... Yeah, that was better. Welcome to an intro, outro, bed.com podcast tutorial.
Let's go!
Yeah, and that's obviously way too... After that, let's go, I want to drop it down again. Welcome to an intro, outro, bed.com podcast tutorial.
Let's go!
Yeah, that sounded good. And now I got to bring in the actual podcast. So you see, guys, I have these on different lines. It's okay. They can be on the same line. I can move this up to here. Same thing. Welcome to an intro, outro. But personally, I like to keep things on different lines. It's just easier for me to know which is which. So this one and this one. This is number 2, right? Our standard intro and the music. It's always going to be the same. But number 1 and number 3 are going to change every time. So we can keep those on the same line. Okay. Sometimes your audio quality is going to be different. So if you recorded your standard with one microphone and your actual podcast with a different microphone or in a different place, the sound is going to be different. So keeping them separate actually is going to help you, especially if you want to edit the quality of your sound. But we're not going to talk about that today. Let's just go ahead and get the main podcast in. Tutorial.
Let's go!
Hi, thanks for checking out my podcast. Yeah, that's good enough. We'll go ahead and start there. We'll drop the audio level. Hi, thanks for checking.
Go!
Maybe I dropped too much.
Go!
Hi, thanks for checking out my podcast. So I don't think my voice really matched this music very well. I think in order to match the music, I should probably be a little more happier. So let me listen here. Welcome to an intro, outro, bed.com podcast tutorial.
Let's go!
Hi, thanks for checking out my... Yeah, I think it's better. I'm going to get rid of this and I'll do my own. So let's try this. Hello, everybody. It's time for another tutorial. I think that type of intro would be much better, saying it like that. So your voice really needs to match the music. That's really important. This is where TJ can help you. You guys can design your own type of music that you feel comfortable with so that when you talk over your music, it fits the music. That's very important. So right now, this recording that I did, I don't think matches very well. This was okay. Welcome to an intro, outro, bed.com podcast tutorial.
Let's go!
But this one, I don't think so. Hi, thanks for checking out my podcast tutorial. My name is Mike. In this tutorial... Now we need to keep fading, so we need to keep fading out. So keep a couple anchor points here. Go a little bit lower, a little bit lower. There we go, all like that. Hi, thanks for checking out my podcast tutorial. My name is Mike. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how I edit my podcast tutorial. My name is Mike. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how I edit my podcast, maybe even faster. Hi, thanks for checking out my podcast tutorial. My name is Mike. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how... Yep, there we go. So I think we're done. Once again, this is the exact same basically intro that I did with Adobe Audition, but on Sony Vegas, or as they just like to call it now, Vegas. And it works the same. Now, why do I like Vegas? Well, because hopefully you are repurposing your podcasts. So they're not only podcasts, but you can make them into videos. You can put them on YouTube. Facebook now is a podcast platform, but you can make it a video too. How do you do that? So right here, I have 3 audio tracks, right? You see that? 1, 2, 3, okay? Now, I can add by going over here in this area and then right-click, insert a video track, okay? But I don't have a video. No problem. I have, oops, let me get rid of all this. That's not what I wanted. I got so many things. There we go. I have, if you look here, my podcast art. This is the intro, outro, bed, pod art 3000. That's just the size of the file. And what I can do is on this video track right here, I can take this art and just put it right there. You see that? It's not going to go on the audio. It doesn't go on the audio. Okay. It can go down here. That would be another video track, but I already made a video track, so I'm going to put it right here. Okay. Now, whoops, I don't want that. Get out of here. Okay. Drag this to the very beginning, and all I need to do is at the end here, just left click and drag to the very end of my podcast. And now I got video. Even though it's actually not video, it's just a picture. I can put it on YouTube easily. In this podcast, I'm going to show you how I edit. There you go. Yeah, the music's good. So, like I said, the music's good. I'm not sure if my voice really matches the music. I could make my voice match the music, but you want to remember that your goal is to sound natural. You want to sound as natural as possible. So this music, although I like it, it's got a great beat. It's kind of fun. It's not really my voice style. So probably something I shouldn't use. But anyway, we're doing it. Welcome to an intro-outro-bed.com. Now, when I go to save this, if you're in Audition, it's just, you just choose an MP3 option. That's the best option. WAV is also excellent, but for podcasts, MP3 is going to be fine. And here, too, you've got lots of save options. What's important when you use Sony Vegas is you save the file, of course. So we're going to go ahead and save it. Let's save it as a tutorial 3, okay? Now, we want to render. This is called the rendering. And I already have my render options set for video. I can render like this. Maybe I'll do another tutorial. If you guys want a tutorial, let me know. For Sony Vegas and rendering, or MP3, I can do this. So I choose MP3, I highlight that, and I render. Okay, and it's done. And then this is the file that I would actually upload to Libsyn or wherever it is that you host your podcast. But if I wanted to do it for YouTube, I can't upload an MP3, so I click on the render. And I go to, in my case, I'm choosing Windows Media Video. And I just choose low quality video. This is low quality video. They say high quality, but it's not that good. But the audio, I kept pretty good. So the audio is 96 kilobits per second, 44,000 hertz, 16 bits, stereo. This is excellent quality. It's perfect. The video, it's still good, but it's actually low, believe me. But it's going to render really fast. The file's going to be small. And all we're showing is this picture. There's no actual video. So we can choose a lower setting for video, and then you render that. And look how fast it is. It's very fast. Obviously, this is just, 35 seconds, but it took just a tiny bit of time. And then you take that file, and you can upload it to YouTube. And now you've got your podcast on the world's, I believe, #2 search engine. So you're going to be on iTunes with your podcast and all these other great places. But now you're also going to be on YouTube. So it just makes it easier. You can do everything you did in Audition here in Sony, in Vegas. I keep calling it Sony. But for me, it's easier. Does that make sense? All right, let me show you the other 3. It's going to be exactly the same. So check out the other video.